Greetings everyone! We, the MANU team, warmly welcome you as we embark on a journey of uncovering more noteworthy and fascinating aspects of our engine. As our upcoming update is fast approaching and time is running out, we aim to shed light on all the features of our engine's creation and give you useful information to help you work with it. Again today, we're going to talk about collectibles and the UI. But before we start, we suggest you subscribe to our channel and like this video. If your friends also dream of creating games or want to try their hand at being a developer, share the link to this video with them. We are confident it will be helpful for you. Previously, we saw how to create a collectible and increase the crystal's variable by 1 after collecting a crystal. In this part, we will create a method to show this information on the screen along with adding a timer and a countdown clock. To display the number of collected crystals on the screen, we need to design a graphical interface that presents this information. We will include a simple plane and position it within the camera group. By adjusting its position, scale, and rotation, we ensure it faces the camera. Next, we create a new material for the plane and import a base texture, a normal map, and an emissive map. We customize the material settings according to our preferences. This serves as the background for the graphical interface. To create the crystal counter, we add another plane and adjust its position, scale, and rotation. For this plane, we import a special texture that contains numbers from 0 to 9. In order to understand how to display the correct number on the screen, we need to explain the concept of texture offset. We previously divided the texture into 10 equal parts, with each part representing a number. The same technique can be used for displaying different dialogues or quests. By setting the tiling on the texture to 0.1, 1/10, we ensure that only one part of the texture is displayed at a time. The offset can range from -100 to 100. By adjusting the offset, we can display the desired number. We duplicate the first digit, but currently, the collectible number doesn't change when we play the game. To address this, we need to synchronize the value of the crystal's variable with the texture's offset. We create an animation and a local variable within it to temporarily store the value of the crystal's variable. We add both digits to the timeline and include a vertical offset keyframe. Within the animation, the offset can range from 0 to 1, so a value of 0.1 corresponds to the second part of the texture, moving from bottom to top. To automate this process, we use the trunk formula, which extracts the integer part of a number and removes the fractional digits. This formula helps convert the crystal count into an offset value for the second digit. With each crystal collected, the texture will shift its position by 0.1 units. We use the trunk formula again, but this time we convert the crystal count into tens for the first digit. The first digit's offset will shift by 0.1 units for every 10 crystals collected. We loop the animation to continuously track the crystal count and ensure it starts from the beginning of the game. We have previously scattered more crystals throughout the level. For each collected crystal, the variable increases by 1, and the number texture offsets its position by 0.1 units. When 10 or more crystals are collected, the first digit's texture also shifts by 0.1 units. To add a timer, we introduce a new variable called timer. We duplicate the Husky UI to use it for the timer display. We adjust its position and scale and create new material for it. In MANU, duplicating assets and materials and making small adjustments makes repurposing them easy. For the clock, we need 2 digits to display minutes and 2 digits for seconds. We can duplicate existing digits and rename them. We also include a colon symbol for duplicating another digit and modifying its texture. Within the duplicated track UI animation, we replace the raw local variable value with the timer variable. We add 2 additional local variables, one for converting the timer into minutes and another for converting the timer into seconds. To calculate the minutes, we use the trunk formula again and divide the timer by 60. For the seconds, we make slight adjustments to the trunk formula and round the results to obtain the remaining seconds. To display the seconds on the corresponding digits, we replace the raw value with the raw seconds value. We add the minutes digits to the timeline and copy the offset formula from the seconds digits. Additionally, we ensure the raw minutes local variable value is used for both digits that count the minutes. We include the main character's body in the timeline and increment the timer's value by 1 every second. The timer increases by 1 every second and correctly separates minutes from seconds. To convert the timer into a countdown, we need to set an initial value in seconds for the timer variable, such as 90 seconds. Instead of increasing the timer every second, we subtract from it. The timer will now count down, and the minutes and seconds will be displayed accordingly. The timer now counts down by subtracting 1 every second. To give purpose to the countdown timer, we can set a trigger within the character's death animation that activates when the timer reaches 0 or below. In this case, we also need to reset the timer's value to the initial one when the respawn animation plays. We also prevent the track UI from playing when the hurt animation starts and resume it once the respawn animation is finished. In the game, the character dies when the timer reaches 0, and the value resets when the character respawns. As the next update of MANU Video Game Maker is scheduled for the summer of 2023, you will soon have the opportunity to try out this mechanic on your own. A more specific date will be announced on our social media channels. Stay tuned for updates. And with you was the MANU project team. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can leave your comments and questions below this video. We are happy to respond to your messages. And don't forget that becoming a game creator is easier than you think. See you later.